Hello, everybody. All right, so I was just watching a YouTube video. It was posted by my husband's uncle. His name is Darol Rodrock. If you live in Lawrence, Kansas City, you might recognize his name. He was a developer in the Kansas City area. He developed, I think, homes and stuff like that. I don't honestly know everything that he's done. But Darol has a really interesting story, and I got a few things from his talk that I kind of wanted to share to you with you because I feel like it applies to all of our lives. So Darol is my husband's uncle. It's his uncle on his father's side. So they have. I'm trying to get the story straight. So Jeremy's father and Darol have different mothers. So they have different mothers. And Darol's mother and father were extremely abusive. They were both married 7 times. I just learned in his talk. I didn't know that. He was homeless when he was 12, I believe, in and out of foster care. I know he has multiple brothers and sisters with his mother and father. He wasn't raised with Jeremy's dad. Like, they have just started, Jeremy and Darol have just reconnected recently. But beat all the time, just no heat, no medical care, no nothing. I mean, he had a very traumatic childhood, and as he said, he was brought up to react and to react with your fists and to react with anger and just to be very angry and very hard. And if you know the name Rodrock Holmes, you know that he has made a huge name for himself in the Kansas City area. He's a huge developer. He has done a lot of things. He's made a lot of money, and he's donated. He started a charity to help with children who are aging out of foster care. Since he was in foster care, he knows the problem with children who are turning 18 and aging out of foster care and what that means for a lot of these children. So anyways, it was interesting to hear him speak. I just recently met him for the first time last month. He's a very, very dynamic man, just a very good heart, very big heart. But I got 3 things from his talk that I wanted to talk with you today. He said he does not make short-term decisions that have long-term effects. So he was doing this talk in front of, at KU, in front of fraternity boys, because I think he went to this fraternity. He went to KU, probably the first in his family to graduate from college, but was in whatever this fraternity was. I don't even know. So he was, talking with them about, drinking and having sex and doing drugs and all these things. Don't make short-term decisions that could have long-term effects. Really think out your decisions. Like, think about what you're going to do. Think about where you want your life to be, and does this decision positively or negatively impact my life, or could it positively or negatively impact my life? And I just thought that was a really good, just little gem for all of us. Like, what do we want in life? Where do we want our lives to go? Who do we want to be? And are the short-term decisions that we are making, are they going to have a positive or negative long-term effect in our lives? So think about that. Like, think about that when you're making the decision to buy something, or maybe you go out for coffee all the time, but you feel like you never have any money. Well, do you need to go out for coffee all the time? Or, maybe start saving that. Just, and that's just one example, but really look at some of the decisions you're making and decide, is it serving you? Is it serving your ultimate goal in life, or is it really a short-term fix? He also says failure is a short-term interruption. So he was talking a lot about how much he's learned from failure. And he is a very successful man now, but he's had a lot of, roadblocks and failures along the way, and how he really learned from failure. And not to let failure keep you down. It'll knock you down, but don't let it keep you down. It's just a short-term interruption, and it's really there to teach you something. You have to learn from your failures. You have to learn from what you have stumbled on, so you don't repeat that, so you keep moving forward with life. So make failure a short-term interruption, and know that it is a short-term interruption. It doesn't have to be forever. He also says you cannot fail if you know there is a plan for you in your life. So, kind of piggybacking off of the first one, you cannot fail if you know there's a plan for you in your life. So if you know that there's a plan for you, and you are setting those targets and working towards that plan, a failure is just a little stumble. You learn from it, you move on. But it's not really a failure as in the sense of what people think failure is, because you have a plan for your life and you keep moving forward towards that plan. So I was really kind of, interested in hearing him talk. Like I said, I just met him recently. I know he's an amazing man. He has a book out and he does a lot of really good stuff. He's a huge philanthropist. That's a hard word. And I really admire what he's doing. And if you can see my shirt, it says always speak your truth. And that's what I'm trying to do here and with my groups and with mentoring women is I'm trying to speak my truth. And that's what he's doing. He's speaking his truth. And he's talking about his hard times, and he's talking about his struggles, because he knows that could help somebody in the long run. What he went through will help inspire and motivate other people, and so he's talking about it. And sometimes it's hard to talk about things that we've been through and, things that have hurt us or things that we've struggled with. But being vulnerable and talking about those could potentially help someone else. So always speak your truth. Speaking your truth is very important. It's hard. It's hard to speak your truth, and everybody's truth is different, and that's okay. That's what makes us interesting as people and individuals, is that my truth is different from your truth, and your truth is different from your neighbor's truth, and their truth is different from their husband's truth. So it's okay to speak your truth, and it's okay to have differences, and we don't have to live in the hurt and the anger and the pain and the hatred that's going on right now. People are attacking other people for speaking their truth, and I'm not okay with that. I'm choosing not to participate with that. I don't condone being mean or petty or rude to somebody else because their truth is different from mine. And just because their truth is different doesn't mean that I'm less than, or that my truth isn't just as important to me, or it doesn't mean that they're attacking me. We're just different. So as you go about your day, I would have you consider, some of the things I said, the short-term decisions you're making, how are they affecting you long-term? Know that failure is just a short-term interruption. You can't really have failure if you know that there's a plan for your life. And always speak your truth. Always speak your truth. Your truth is important. We want to hear your truth. You are important. All right, everybody. Well, I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. Bye.